Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be clearing a bunch of this, as I talked about in the previous videos. So apple tree stays, because that's a nice mature one. There's a nice vine that goes right into there. I'll have to get that out, but we're going to clear, I haven't measured it, but it's probably like 30 feet over pretty much to, I know it's always hard to tell, but it'll probably end up coming to here and then like on an angle somewhere through there. And once we get all this clear, we'll clean up some of this old stuff that's previous owners, pull out the dead tree that's down there. I'll probably just chip everything, unless that wood's somewhat decent, it'll become boiler wood. But other than that, so it's pretty much all buckthorn, small saplings, a couple box elder trees, small ones, which will unfortunately have to go, but it's going to be in the way. So ideally I'm going to cut down the bigger stuff, like the 1 inch and up diameter tree saplings. All the small stuff I'll use the brush hog and just mow it all down. So it's going to be a little tedious cutting all this, but I'm just going to cut it where it stands, obviously, let it fall over, and then I'm just going to use the grapple, grab it all, pile it up. Probably, I don't know, I may pile it up there and I'll just spray it into the woods. That's probably what I'll do. We'll see. So that's kind of the plan. You know, they got some bigger stuff here. If I had a forestry mulcher of some sort, you know, one that either goes on the back of the tractor or something, you could just mow all this down. I mean, all of it, besides like the bigger stuff, but all of this I could just mow right down and be done in probably 20 minutes, but I don't have one, so take a little bit of time, cut them as low as I can for now. You know, like the forestry mulcher, you could just blow right through here, no problem. But I don't have one, so I'll just chainsaw, you know, some of the bigger stuff, and then I'll grapple it into a pile, and then I'll haul out my Vermeer chipper at some point. That's probably what I'll do. I'll probably pile it in here, right, and spray it over there. Something like that. You know, because I'm going to eventually clean this guy up here too, because the pole building is going to sit here. Leave the one that goes towards the back, then leave that alone. So if you look at it from this angle, you know, the corner of the building is going to roughly sit somewhere over here, kind of where that hawthorn tree is, like right there. So I'm going to clear probably all of this, and then, like I said, on an angle, kind of where you could see that tote through the trees or through the brush here. All this will be cleared. I may end up leaving this guy just because I'll be driving underneath it. Otherwise, I'll take this limb off. I'll leave the one that goes vertical, because we still want to leave as much wood as we can. That's a dead ash right there. I'll end up taking that down probably today. Drop her into there. I mean, all this is going to get cleaned up this year at some point. But so pretty much this angle. So it's really not a lot, right? Come through here, clean all this. So I'll end up cutting all this down, grappling it out into here somewhere where I can back the chipper up and spray. And yeah, I'll leave the bigger trees, like this box elder here, till the end. I'll just work all the way around it, because I'll probably end up just chipping the whole thing, because box elder, even when it's dry, I mean, it's just, there's like no BTUs for it. It's almost a waste of storage. That ash log, on the other hand, I'll keep. That'll be boiler wood. I'll run that through the processor. I'll probably just leave it up until I cut it down, or I'll just cut it down today and move it over there. When I do boiler wood, that'll be, I'll just put that right on the processor and send it. So, but yeah, I'll cut these down last, then I'll pile them up probably after we chip all the brush, cut them down, and just send them right through the chipper. So, and I'll make sure I try to get that so you can see, because I'll leave them as long as I can and just let her eat. So at least that's the plan. Pull that out, which I'm sure that's garbage, chip all that. I want to leave some of the underbrush, you know, so it stays thick, because I got to get most of this damn branches. I got to get this cleaned up and, you know, get all this graded in the next couple weeks here. because I'd say maybe by the end of the month we may start building the building, so we'll see. It's just a lot of tedious cutting, but the tractor and the grapple will do all the work. So moving, that is. Like I said, I'm just gonna fly in here, cut everything down, let it fall, grapple it out of the way. Then once, I'll probably end up doing this perimeter first, brush hog it all so you can actually get in there, which I'm going to use this guy here, which I've owned this for a long time, and she works phenomenally. So it's just a DR brush mower here, brush hog, and she could probably take down a lot of the bigger stuff. I'm just not going to put all that extra strain on it. So, but yeah, I probably won't even time lapse any of this. I'll just show you maybe halfway through and then the final result. I'll probably do this all day because I still got to do the perimeter up there too, which that won't take very long. So, but yeah, here we go. All right, guys, so it's another, I think we worked on this for 2 more days from when I started this video. So as far as all the clearing goes, I think we're good for now. We did a lot of chipping. So I think the scope of the plan changed a little bit. So as you could tell, we cleared way more further that way, right? There wasn't much, it was just like scruff and a bunch of down trees. And we cleared a little bit more that way than I originally planned. So I know it's going to be hard to tell on video. So originally I wanted to go back like 5 feet, which is like from here to like here, right? Well, we went a lot further than that. A couple dead ash trees we took down. But as you can see, hopefully you can see the grade, how much it drops here. And it drops over there. So I honestly think I'm gonna, instead of, originally I was gonna put the building from here this way, right? And then I thought, I'm like, well, what if I put it this way, right? Kind of parallel with my other barn over there. Well, I actually think I'm going to put it on an angle like this. I'm not 100% on that, but the way we cleared it, that's kind of how I think I want it. I don't know. We got plenty of space to figure it out, but like from where I'm standing right here, we got an easy 30-40 feet this way, as far as I know, and for sure 70 to 90 feet this way. So I don't know, I haven't measured it yet, but I'm pretty sure we're good there. But a lot of chipping, a lot of cutting. I mean, that would fill a truck twice over. Probably doesn't look that way, but trust me, it is. So I think we're good. So the only reason I think I want it this way now instead of facing out long ways this way is because now, if she's even on a diagonal, you come pretty much where the tractor is right now, right to here to load the logs. Now remember, this grade's gonna get brought up probably 4 feet. Come this way to load the logs. Conveyor belt would probably dump, give or take, right here. So you could back the trailer in right here. That's how I do things. And or disc cleaner. And then the trailer would be backed into that way. Because I got 20-foot bays right here. And then a 10-foot, so it'd be like 20, 20, 20, and then 10, because it's 70 feet long. I think that makes the most sense. In my eyes, I don't know. You guys can let me know your thoughts on that. Like I said, because when I originally measured 70 feet, that is, the roughly, it would come to about, I didn't want to come any further than right here, right? And she went all the way to pretty much where the edge of the grass is. And I'm like, I don't know if I really want it sticking out that far. And it just wouldn't be the easiest to get in. The apple tree's in the way, don't want to cut that down. I know that's a minor thing, but versus this is all wide open, right? And it's going to remain that way. So I feel like as long as I can get the logs to it, no problem. Can always stage logs right there. Got plenty of room to get equipment in and out, no problem. Yes, I'm going to have posts in the way, but they're 20 feet apart. Nothing's that wide. even if I wanted to get something bigger in here, you have plenty of room to maneuver. So I think that's the plan. So yeah, I mean, and once I bring the lift out here, I'll probably trim up this one cherry branch, because that'll be over the building. I'd want to get that gone. Some of the other dead stuff, I'll, you know, a little hanger there, trim it back just a little bit. I left whatever trees that I didn't think were in the way, like that's leaning away. This one's pretty straight. Leave that. I mean, I could always take that if that's in the way too. Because right here in this creek bed, doesn't look like one, but it is. But when it really rains, there's water there. So I want to stay as far away as I can from there as possible. So all in all, it took a little longer than I anticipated, but the wife and I and the kids, we did a lot. So yeah, I think the place I'm working with for the pole barn, I should have it. It should be ready to go within a couple weeks here. So maybe by the end of May we'll, I don't know, because I still got to get all this graded. One of our good friends, he does a lot of excavating and grading, so we'll bring his big skid loader in here and probably take a lot of the dirt from here, because this is all high ground. This will all be moved high ground, and push it all into here, get rid of the topsoil, use the good dirt, because that's down minimum 3 feet, if not 4 feet, which is not ideal, but we'll make it work. So this is good dirt here, raise it up over there. Just depends on where we're exactly gonna put it, but I think that's the plan. So, but speaking of that, so while we work on the pole building, when we actually start doing that, Vevor here, the company, they reached out to me a while ago. That's their name, website there, vevor.com. They reached out to me a few weeks ago about this platform here, this aerial lift. It's meant for a forklift. I have the forks on the tractor. I don't have a forklift, but this will work on the tractor. You can get lifted up safely. I mean, it's rated at like 1,200 pounds. It's nice. It's nice and sturdy. The cool thing about it though, these sides will all fold into one another, and it's no higher than this, so you can store it pretty nicely. So, and it comes with the safety chain, as you can see on the back, so it can't slide off. So I will be using this when we're putting it together. Should be able to get high enough when we're putting the trusses on the posts and whatnot, that you're nicely safe. If not, I'll still use it for that, but I'll have my lift out here when I'm bringing the tin and putting it on the roof and whatnot. But I'll have all the links in the description for this. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with it, how well it's built. It's a pretty simple design. It was easy to put together, so I'll have their the link in the description with the discount code and whatnot. But you will see that again when we're building this pole barn here. So, but it's definitely getting nicer out, which is good, because it's nice to be cold, but I don't like to be too hot either. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about it kind of being on an angle. I haven't fully decided yet if that's what I want to do. I think I want it more this way versus long ways this way. I think that makes the most sense. It's more tucked away. We cleared out enough that it'll have plenty of airflow. And obviously, I know as the years go, I'll have to keep cutting back stuff, but I'm okay with that. I like coverage as everything is greening out. Can't see anything, which is good. I mean, I'll probably put walls on this side, back side, and that side, so all the sound funnels this way eventually, with the workshop and who knows what else. So, but yeah, this guy did a lot. It's nice to not have to cut all that small stuff. A forestry mulcher would be great, but I don't have one. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys have all been cutting firewood. Now's the time to do it. I mean, the next couple, yeah, I'd say by the end of May, anything we cut's probably not going to be ready to go by fall, depending on how hot it gets this year. So, I mean, maple probably would be in cherry, but all the rest of the wood's no way. So hopefully you guys have been cranking out the wood. Well, obviously I wasn't able to make the International Firewood Expo. Just too busy this time of year. I mean, I'm definitely going to go to the Paul Bunyan show again this year, so looking forward to that. Probably just going to stay right on the grounds at the campground there. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think on that. Check out the aerial lift here by Vevor. Pretty impressed about it. Like I said, I don't really like to endorse any other companies, but this, like I said, if I'm going to use it, I think it's a good product. I'll talk about it. Otherwise, you know, like I said, there's a lot of companies that reach out to me and I always say no. So, but this, check them out. Like I said, if you have a tractor, forklift, even an excavator with forks on it, you could use. It's nicely built and it's not that much money. It's roughly 150, 160 bucks. So it beats like an IBC tote or something like that, where it's sharp edges here. You can open it, you know, get out, you know, attach your safety harness to one of the bars if you choose to. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. But as always, keep earning.